So this is the FLOLAB Surtect case for the iPhone 17 Pro Max. And before this video, I had never even heard of this brand. But a lot of reviewers are calling this one of the best cases you can buy, sometimes even the #1 pick. But after my iPhone got damaged using a case that should have protected it, I don't trust claims like that anymore. And I kept seeing this case pop up again and again, ranked near at the top. So I had to find out for myself, is this case actually as good as people say it is? Or is it just another case that looks good, but fails when it matters? Because today, I'm putting this case through a real-world drop test to see if it actually protects my iPhone using Apple's own case design guidelines as a reference. So let's start with the most important thing, basic protection. Now, FLOLAB claims this case has 13-foot military-grade drop protection. But here's the thing, most people aren't dropping their phones from 13 feet. It's usually from your hand, off a table, or slipping out of your pocket. And unlike a lot of rugged case brands, they don't clearly say which military standard this meets. So instead of trusting the manufacturer's claims, I ran it through my own real-world tests. But before I dropped anything, I started with my usual marker and white paper tilt test, and right away, this case passed. No marker transfer at all, which makes sense because the front lip is noticeably raised, so on paper, this should protect the screen. But specs don't matter if it can't survive a real drop. So I took it through my full drop test, 50 drops from heights between 2 to 6 feet onto the same manufactured hardwood floor I used for all my tests. Let's take a look at the raw drop footage. Alright guys, so here's the next case for testing. So we're going to start with our 30 drops from 5 to 6 feet. Alright, real quick guys, we're going to stop and just take a quick look after the 10 drops. So you can see here, so far, case is still intact. Some very minor wear on some of the corners, so that's pretty normal. Most importantly, the case has stayed on the phone during that initial 10. And then really quick look, see if there's any damage on the phone. No breaks in the glass or anything, no dents, no scratches. By the way, if you like seeing these real-world drop tests and want to support the channel, make sure to like the video and subscribe. Also, let me know down in the comments what case you'd like to see me review next. Okay, real quick, looking at the phone again, so you guys can see here, still works. There's no cracks on the glass at all. Camera functions, different zoom lengths, all that stuff works. So that's 30 total. We're going to do 10 from about 2 feet high off of my bed, and another 10 from about 3 to 4 feet high off of my desk. So after 50 times, the case actually stayed tight around the phone. It never came off once. No obvious damage so far. Still very minor wear on the edges of the case. Pretty typical. I do see some wear along the edges right here too. That's pretty interesting to see. This is the phone after 50 drops. I must have dropped this iPhone hundreds of times at this point. Alright, let's take a closer look at this case. So after all that, my iPhone 17 Pro Max had zero damage, no cracks, no issues. Just some light wear on the corners of the case, which honestly I wasn't expecting, which means this case actually held up really well. But that's not the whole story, because protection is only one part of the equation. So now let's take a closer look at the materials and overall build, because this is what you're dealing with every single day. Now that we know this case can actually protect your phone, let's talk about what it's like to live with every single day, because this is the part that can make or break a case. Right away, the first thing you notice is the finish. It has this soft touch, almost skin-like texture that feels really smooth in the hand, and even though this is a rugged style case, it doesn't feel bulky. It keeps a relatively slim profile, which makes it easy to use one-handed without feeling like you're holding a brick. Now under the hood, this case is actually doing a lot. It uses a triple layer build, combining TPU, TPE, and polycarbonate. TPU is flexible, absorbs shock, TPE adds extra cushioning, and polycarbonate is the rigid shell that spreads out impact and resists scratches. So together, it absorbs impact and holds its structure during a fall. And that explains why it performs so well in the drop test. As for the fit, this is one of the highlights. It snaps on tight, and once it's on, it feels very secure around the phone. But there are a couple of trade-offs, because while the finish feels great, the edges could be a little bit more grippy. So if your hands are dry, or you're just not paying attention, this is the kind of case that could slip. And if you go with the clear back version, fingerprints show up pretty quickly. It looks clean at first, but over time you'll definitely notice the smudges. Now from what I've seen, the frosted versions do a much better job hiding that, so if that bothers you, that's probably the version I'd go with. But overall, this is a case that feels premium, fits tight, and actually backs up its protection claims, with just a couple trade-offs you'll notice in daily use. Now let's talk about the parts you interact with all day, the buttons, ports, and gestures, because even if a case protects your phone, it doesn't matter if it's annoying to use. Starting with buttons, this case actually does something a little different. You get interchangeable buttons and a removable camera ring, which is a nice touch if you like a bit of customization. And in terms of feel, the buttons are solid. They're nice and clicky, with a clean, responsive press. But there is one small downside. I did notice a slight rattling sound around the button areas. It's not a deal breaker, but it's something to be aware of. Now looking at the ports, you get open cutouts for the charging port, speakers, and microphone, but the layout here is a little unusual. There are two cutout areas near the bottom that double as lanyard holes, and they partially block the space around the port. It still works, but it's a bit of an odd design choice. Most cases usually place lanyard holes along the lower sides, which I think makes more sense. That said, my charging cable fit just fine with no issues, and MagSafe performance feels solid. No problems with alignment or connection. Now when it comes to gestures, this case does a pretty good job overall. The front lip is slightly rounded, so swipe gestures still feel smooth and natural, but you will notice it a bit more, especially when swiping from the bottom and the right side. It's not bad, but it's something you'll feel depending on how you use your phone. So after everything, after the claims, after the drop tests, after using this case day to day, this is one of those rare cases that actually lives up to the hype. Because at this point, I've tested a lot of cases, and I've seen what happens when the case looks good, but fails when it matters most. The FLOLAB Surtect case didn't. It protected my iPhone 17 Pro Max through 50 drops with 0 damage, but it's not perfect. The grip could be better, the buttons have a slight rattle, and the lanyard placement is a bit strange. But if your top priority is protection and you still want something that looks clean and feels good in the hand, this is a really solid option, especially at around $40. And honestly, after what happened to my iPhone before, this is the kind of case I'd actually trust using every day. Now, if you want to see how this compares to some of the most rugged cases I've tested, like the ones that survive 100+ drops, you can check out that video right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.